My dear students, I am Dr. Prajna Mattihalli, working in Government First Grade College, Dharwad, Karnataka. I have already explained the meaning of entrepreneur, how the word is generated from a French word of entrepreneur, and also I have explained about the characteristics of a good entrepreneur. And today let us understand the similar concept, entrepreneurship. So whether it is related with the entrepreneur or the entrepreneur, how it is related, and how we have to study it. So this is entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship, and we have to think of the word, how it is related to the entrepreneur or entrepreneur. Here our work is to associate the very concept of entrepreneurship with entrepreneur or entrepreneur. As you know very well, an entrepreneurship refers to the function performed by an entrepreneur in establishing an enterprise. It is the attempt to create value through recognition of business opportunity, the management of risk bearing appropriate to the opportunity, and through the communicative and management skills to mobilize human, financial, and material resources necessary to bring a project to function. So, my dear friends, here you just think of the entrepreneurship is the function performed by the entrepreneur. So, entrepreneur is the person who establishes the business, and for his establishment to undertake the business, what all the activities he performs, what all the functions he refers, what all the tasks he undertake is called as entrepreneurship. So it is the attempt, it is the function, it is the process, it is the activity what he does to create value. He is starting the business means he is creating value through recognition of business opportunity. As you know very well, entrepreneur means he thinks of a new business and he makes use of the business opportunity. So for making use of this business opportunity, he has to manage risk-taking work. He has to undertake the risk because he has to utilize the opportunity. So for this utilization, he has to perform communicative and management skills. He has to mobilize human, finance, and material resources which are necessary to bring a project to the function. So for all these performance we call as entrepreneurship. It is the function. And you know that the entrepreneur means a person. He is a man who undertakes the activity, and entrepreneurship is the process what he undertakes. So entrepreneur automatically becomes the organizer, and entrepreneurship is the organization. Entrepreneur means he is an innovator. He starts the business newly. He thinks about it in a new technique. But entrepreneurship is the innovation. Entrepreneur is the risk bearer. He undertakes the risk. And what activity he undertakes for bearing the risk, that is risk bearing activity, is called as entrepreneurship. He creates utility, he creates the business, he creates the enterprise. So he is the creator. And what he creates, that creation activity, is called as entrepreneurship. He is the leader who leads labor, who leads the business, and the leadership quality in him, leadership process he undertakes, is called as entrepreneurship. And the motivator, the person who does the motivation, is called as entrepreneur. And what he undertakes, that is the motivation work, is called as entrepreneurship. So what he starts, that organization, that company, that business, is called as enterprise. An undertaking or adventure involving uncertainty and risk requiring innovation, that is enterprise. It also refers to the ability to think out and start the new business. So an enterprise is the company or organization. Enterprise is a formula to create wealth and bring satisfaction in life as well. That is enterprise. How about the role of entrepreneurship? Come, let us understand how important entrepreneurship is. Because of entrepreneurship, we say that economic development is possible. Then how come it is possible? How you say that entrepreneurship is important for the life or for the sake of economic development of the country? Come, let us understand these points. See here, first thing is, just think of a situation. Everyone is doing something and they are earning the income. This income, usually either people will do the expenditure, they spend the money, or they make investments. They purchase shares or they invest in bank, fixed deposits, etc. So either money will be in the form of expenditure or in the form of investment. But if you do not start up with business, it will not be in the form of capital. Capital is one which is invested in the business. Therefore, when you start a new venture, that is the enterprise, then only your savings, your money will be converted into capital. Then you call it as capital. So if there is more number of enterprises, businesses, adventures, startups in the society, then there will be more capital. So entrepreneurship motivates capital formation. It leads to capital formation. Capital formation enables for economic development. It gives large scale employment. Don't you think so? When there is business, there will be opportunities for employment. When there is some factories, when there are some adventures, then money will be invested in the form of capital and manpower is in need of now. So that particular business will appoint laborers, executives, accountants, storekeepers, then purchase officers, and also the transporting authorities. They are in need of transporting facility. They are in need of finished goods storekeepers. They are in need of so many men. Therefore, it gives large scale employment. So it is also because of large scale employment, men get employment, jobs, and also salary. Automatically it leads to the economic development. Balanced regional development is possible only when there are more number of enterprises in those regions which are not developed. So India, you might have seen the picture of India where some states are really fantastically developed because more number of industries are situated there. Therefore, people have got jobs to work. Therefore, they have got salary to live. And because of the industries, there are infrastructural development also. Water, electricity, road, transport, communication, everything is developed just because of the existence of industries. Therefore, they are called as developed regions. And there are so many regions wherein there are less number of industries, therefore less development. Roads are not constructed, bridges are not there, education facilities also not there because of the poverty of the people, and men are not getting jobs. Therefore, they are called as less developed regions. So there is no balance in the regional development. Some are developed, some are not. Therefore, there is imbalance. We have to balance the regional development. So undeveloped regions should be developed by creating the enterprises, adventures, startups, companies, and industries. So this is the need for entrepreneurship also. So it reduces the concentration of economic power. As I have already told you, some regions are developed. Some people have started the business. So they have got monetary power, economic power. Because of the large scale industries, only few people are the entrepreneurs and they have got the economic power. So it is called as concentration of economic power. When the money lies only in few hands, we call it as concentration of economic power, which is adverse to social justice. Few are millionaires and lakhs together people are below the poverty line. This is a not good sign. Therefore, we have to reduce the concentration of economic power. Then what will be the situation? Equitable redistribution of wealth. Wealth should be equally distributed among the population. Equitable distribution has to be undertaken. Everyone should get the job to do. So the income has to be redistributed. Wealth has to be redistributed. Effective resource mobilization, when there are more number of industries, entrepreneurs, so they start the business and there will be resource mobilization because of the existence. For the existence of the startups or the companies, they need many more resources. Human resource, capital resource, and also energy, water, everything will be mobilized. That will be the state. And here it induces backward and forward linkages. I hope you know what is the backward linkage and what is the forward linkage. Where is our startup? Where is our company? Where is our factory? Before that, what are the links that is called as backward linkages? That is, before the existence of our business. That is, we need to produce, we need the raw material. We are depending upon the supplier of the raw material. So, raw material is there in the existence before or as a backward linkage to the production center. All the inputs, all the requirements are the backward linkages to the production center. And there are some more forward linkages which come after the production. After the production, there is finished good and it has to travel to the customer. For that, we need some forward linkages like warehouses, godowns, wholesaler, retailer, transport facility, marketing activity, etc. So before the production, we have to take marketing survey. We have to take information from the customer, customer's attitude, customer choice, customer needs. We need research and development also. Then we need the raw materials, inputs, man materials, etc. So these are called as backward linkages. Here, just because of the existence of the plant or the production center, we have got backward and forward linkages. They are being employed. They are active now. So it induces the enterprise or the business induces backward and forward linkages. So it promotes exported because of more number of enterprises, more number of startups, more number of companies. We are producing much. So our production is more. Therefore, we can export now to some other countries also. Therefore, it promotes export trade. It serves as catalyst of economic development. Like this, it serves as a catalyst to economic development. So it is possible because of the entrepreneurship. Therefore, my dear friends, all these points now let us put in different words. The same points are put in different words, that is importance of entrepreneurship. Here, contribution to gross domestic product. As you know very well, we are promoting the economy in the form of domestic product. And as we have already discussed, it leads to capital formation, employment generation, and generation of business opportunities. See, we are creating the employment, no doubt. At the same time, just because of the existence of one company, so many people are motivated now and they want to start the same type of industries. Therefore, business opportunities are also created because the very existence of one industry leads to the opportunities for several industry. For example, godown industry. For example, transportation industry. For example, marketing industry, wholesaler, retailer. So many shopkeepers are all having the business, and we need some inputs also, nut, bolt, several spare parts, all we are demanding. So all sorts of industries are having the demands because of our existence. So it leads to the business opportunity for many others also. Improvement in standard of living because of the employment generation. Everyone is getting job, therefore automatically their standard of living gets high. And because of the availability of the products also, standard of living gets high. Utilization of latent resources. There may be some idle resources which are not at all utilized, and just because of the existence of some startups and companies, we are utilizing the resources. Balanced regional development is already discussed point. Reduction in concentration of economic power is also discussed. Export promotion, we have already mentioned. Innovation, it gives ample opportunity to think innovatively, to think in a new manner. What type of product, varieties of products, shape, color, and also so many ingredients we can include, so many shapes, colors, everything we can think in different form. We can think of our advertising mode, manner, and also the marketing techniques in each and every step. Entrepreneur or the entrepreneur can think in a new way. So there is ample opportunity for the innovation. So my dear students, let me conclude my video today, and let us think of some more aspects like how the entrepreneurship is being influenced. What are the factors of that is, what are the factors which influence the entrepreneurship in, or what are the types of entrepreneurs. So in my next videos I'm going to discuss all such matters, and I hope all of you have enjoyed this video. Please give me the feedback for my improvement, and let me share some more ideas in coming videos. Enjoy the subject, enjoy the journey of knowledge, and let us do it together in our next work. So entrepreneurship is a very, as I have already mentioned, it is very interesting aspect in today's life, because it gives you the knowledge not only for the sake of examination, but also from the point of view of life you can learn many more aspects. Thank you one and all.